Hey friends, welcome back. So today I'm doing another first impressions Dollar Tree makeup, like full face of Dollar Tree makeup. And last night after dinner, Josh and I went to the Dollar Tree and it was like they had just got a shipment in, like they were super stocked on their makeup. And so I've got a lot of great things to test out and try today. Now, with the receipt, I picked up $25 worth of makeup from the Dollar Tree. And if you are not familiar with how Dollar Tree works, all of these makeup items, like each one is $1.25. And I'm not going to be using all of the products that I picked up just because I got like all of those 6 like color eyeshadow palettes from LA Colors. Like I picked up the other ones that I hadn't picked up yet just because I really enjoyed that warm toned palette that I used in my last Dollar Tree makeup video. So I'm only going to be using like one of these today, or maybe 2, depending on which one I decide to go with. And then I got like multiples of certain items. Like I've got a couple of blushes and a couple of lip products. So the full face look will probably be under $20. The first item that I picked up is this Be Pure Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. So that's what it looks like in the package if you were to pick it up at the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put some here on the back of my hand so we can see what it looks like and what it feels like. So it's very thick. It doesn't have a scent, or at least one that I can tell. And then get my camera to focus on my hand. This is what it looks like blending it out. And excuse my nails, I took my press-ons off last night and they're looking a bit rough. It feels very like smoothing, like a silicone base sort of primer. It says for best results, use fingertips to blend a dime-sized amount onto skin. Wait at least 30 seconds before applying makeup. Can be used underneath makeup or alone for a reduced appearance of pores. I did, do my skincare and my sunscreen. Like this does feel like it feels a little like hard to move around, but it feels thick. I don't know if it's because of like my skincare products that's kind of like making it a little bit harder to blend around. I don't know if I see like a huge like pore reduction or anything like that. I mean, my face looks a little bit more, I guess, sort of mattified, but not like overly so. Okay, so the foundation that I picked up, this was one that I have been wanting to try every time I go to the Dollar Tree to look at what they have. But this is the moisturizing foundation from Candy Moyo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And this is in shade Light 1. The packaging on this, I don't know if you guys have been with me for a really long time, but Wet n Wild used to make this foundation. It was called Coverall Cream Foundation, and it came in a package very similar looking to this. Okay, it definitely feels as thick as I remember that foundation being from Wet n Wild. I mean, like, honestly, I kind of feel like their tinted hydrator might be like the same formula as like the Coverall Cream that they used to have. But yeah, the texture of this is like pretty thick. It's a pretty thick cream. And I think this shade may be slightly a little too dark and warm. We'll just give it a shot. So I'm just gonna dot this all around. And I definitely like squeezed out a little too much there on the back of my hand, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys like what it looked like. So I'm just gonna dot this all around and then I will blend it out. Okay, and I'm gonna be using this makeup sponge that I actually got from the Dollar Tree as well. And it came in this pack, which it's funny how they marketed this as sunscreen sponges. Like they're supposed to blend out sunscreen, but I'm gonna be using it for makeup, and you get a pack of 3 of those, and it was $1.25. So that is like 41 or 42 cents a sponge, which that is like the most affordable I have found with a makeup sponge that's like comparable to like the Paw Paw makeup sponges or like Real Techniques. So if you are really looking for a super affordable you know, sponges, I think the Dollar Tree is a great place to look for, you know, makeup sponges that are really affordable. This one is a little bit more dense than like my Wet n Wild makeup sponge or like my Paw Paw makeup sponge, but I mean, it feels pretty good. It seems like it's blending out this foundation well. Move some stuff out of the way here. And I do feel like this foundation is slightly a little too dark for me, but it's not too bad. And it seems like it's blending out okay. It's not a super full coverage type of foundation. It does seem a bit more lighter coverage. I can still see like little blemishes, like just like skin, you know, discoloration that I have or whatever kind of peeking through. So yeah, it's not a super full coverage foundation, and it is luminous. Like I'm sure you could probably tell on camera, it's very, very luminous. So just from first looking at this, I can already tell that this probably is not going to be a foundation that I'm going to enjoy. We're going to be going out with friends tonight for dinner. So if this does not look good a few hours before we're going to leave, I probably will wash it off and redo. So I know I said I was going to do like a wear test, but like if it's just not holding up good, I can, you know, give you guys my opinions then about things. Okay. So next we're going to go ahead and move on to the concealer. And this is the LA Colors Conceal Correct in the shade Peach. We might have to pair this corrector, oh gosh, this is really peachy, with another concealer on top of it, because that is not going to be a concealer I'm going to be able to use by itself. But yeah, this would probably work really well if you had super dark under eyes to help to correct. Seems like it's blending out easily. Let's add just a little bit more of it right here. It definitely doesn't look as peachy, I feel like, in the tube as it does on. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that did counteract like the purplish or the bluish tones I had in my under eyes. So this might actually be a pretty good like color corrector. Oops. And I know that they had some other shades in this, like they had green and yellow. They might have had a few other ones. Like maybe they had a light pink and I just didn't notice it. It's like sometimes you gotta kind of dig to find like your shades that you need there at the Dollar Tree. It's like right now I'm looking so sick. All right, so we'll go in with the essentially ageless, the concealer. This is in this shade, I don't know if it even says on here, but this is like the lightest shade that they have in this. Maybe it was Fair, I don't remember now. I'm just gonna do some dots of that. Just do one at a time. I mean, this concealer wasn't terrible. I didn't find it to be super long wearing on me. But it didn't seem to like settle in like creases or anything that I remember. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of this like down here to kind of help lighten, since that foundation's a little dark. So I got this Be Pure Glow Up Contour. This is in the Fair Medium. So it just kind of comes in one of those like tubes, like the e.l.f. Halo Glow little contour wand. Like the packaging is actually the same size. And my little, let's see if the little thingy looks similar. No, the little sponge looks a little different. Like, looks smaller. So the e.l.f. is obviously the one with the product on it, but so you can see like the tip there is smaller on this Be Pure. And I also picked up another one of the LA Colors contour sticks, and this time I got the shade Deep. I picked up the shade in Tan last time, and that one was kind of light, so I also wanted to give this a try. But let's use this Be Pure Glow Up Contour. So I'm just gonna do a few dots of it. Oops. And I'm gonna take my brush from the Amazon brush set that I use all the time. I'll have it linked down below. And I'm gonna use this to blend out that bronzer. Okay, that blended out really easily. I think that shade is good. I just don't know if I can get down with this foundation. I really don't. Maybe once I set it, it'll feel better, but it feels so icky right now on my skin. It feels a little too hydrated and juicy. Maybe I just used too much product. I don't know. But yeah, bronzer is blending out good. Oops. But yeah, it's just my foundation is feeling super tacky right now. That might be too much bronzer, so let's just... I always have a tendency to put too much on my forehead. Just kind of dab it around up here. I'm feeling like an Oompa Loompa right now. This is how I kind of expected the first Dollar Tree makeup video to go that I filmed. Oops. I must have gotten so lucky with that first video. It's almost like one of those things where I'm like, do I just wash my face off and use a foundation that I know that I like with these products? I think that's what I'm gonna do because, yeah, I just know that this is gonna get worse. I don't like the shade of this. So yeah, this is a hard no for me. I don't know, maybe some of you guys like this. This just isn't gonna work. So I'm taking this off. I'll be right back. Okay, sometimes you just know that certain products are not for you, and that was just not the product for me. So since I took everything off, I am gonna go ahead and do the eyeshadow now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids first with my Milani eyeshadow primer. I still didn't see a primer at the Dollar Tree, so like an eyeshadow primer. I'm thinking maybe I'll use some shades out of both of these, out of Hot and Lucky, or Hoped and Lucky. Because I remember that one brand, it was called Haute Look, and I'm pretty sure that's how you spelled it. But yeah, I loved the other little eyeshadow palette in Night Out with this batch of eyeshadows from LA Colors. I'm going to use the shade here. And I'm just going to blend that in the crease with one of those Amazon blending brushes, one of the Amazon blending brushes. I feel like so out of sorts now that I had to like restart over. But I just could not with that foundation. I'm just going in a couple of times to build up that color. And then I'm gonna take some of this shade in the palette and also blend that in the crease. I mean, like with the mattes in these palettes, it's not like the colors are super intense when you first go in to blend them. They are more of that type of formula that's a bit more buildable, and this one does have quite a bit of kick up in the pan with the matte colors at least. And then I'm going to take that light cream shade in this. This is also a matte, and I'm going to use the little sponge from that palette and just blend that there at the brow bone. And I think I might actually just stick with this palette and not use any of the greens today. I'm just kind of scared that it's gonna go wrong again. And I just can't deal with that today. So I just swatched the two shimmery colors in this little palette, and this is what they look like. So they are very pigmented, Very pretty, very like shimmery. I think that these are even more of a shimmer than the palette in Night Out with the shimmers in that one. So I'm gonna take that darkest color, the darkest shimmer, and I just put it on this little sponge. I'm just gonna kind of tap it right here on that last part of the eyelid. And I am getting some fallout with this shade, so definitely for the best to do the eyeshadow first. But that shade is a very intense, very pigmented, as you can see. And then I'm gonna flip the sponge over to the other side, and I'm gonna get some of that taupey color. And I'm just gonna apply that to the first part of the eyelid, up into the crease just a little bit. And I'm gonna flip the sponge over to that darker color, just kind of flip back and forth between those two colors to just kind of blend out there. So that taupe applied super easy. I really liked the way that that blended out. It looks really nice. I'm gonna go back with that dark brown, that dark shimmery brown, and I'm getting some of that on the Sigma E25 blending. And I'm gonna lightly blend that shade in the outer V. Just wanna deepen this up. But yeah, for like $1.25, these little LA Color eyeshadow palettes are really good. At least this one and Night Out. We'll see how this wears throughout the day, but I know Night Out really lasted well. So I would say like my biggest complaint with these palettes is just that they can have a little bit of kick up in the pan. You kind of have to build the mats up just a little bit, and they can have a little bit of fallout. So, I mean, I know that those things might be a deal breaker for some people, but like if you are on a budget and looking for a super affordable everyday palettes, I think, like I said, this one seems pretty good. I'm gonna go back with the shade here on this blending brush, and I'm just gonna go around the edge just to make sure things are blended. See, this is the other little one in Night Out that I was referring to. So yeah, I think these are so cute. I love them. And then I'm gonna take a makeup remover wipe and just clean this fallout up that I got out here. And I'm gonna redo my skincare just because I had to wash my face off, so. Okay, so round 2 of the Be Pure Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. Okay, so since this is a Dollar Tree makeup video, I'm gonna use this Be Pure Clean Beauty Glow Foundation. This, you know, I also got from the Dollar Tree, and I do really like this foundation. I think that, you know, if you're wanting to get a super affordable foundation, like so far, this is my favorite one. Which, I mean, I've only used this one and that candy one, but this one is so much better. Like, I can't even describe how much better this one is. So I'm just gonna dot this around and blend this out. See how this other Dollar Tree like foundation, like how much better this tone matches, and like the finish is just so much better. I just like this foundation. I really recommend this one. The other one, just like not so much. I'm gonna go ahead and do like my concealer really quick, probably off camera. I'm just gonna use this and this again, just to speed up the whole process since I've already done this once before. Okay, so we got the concealer on. I would say using this again with a foundation shade that actually matches me. I think that this tone in peach is just like a little too dark for my skin tone. So like if you are a deeper skin tone, but you struggle with kind of blue under eyes, I think that this would help counteract that and just like help to, you know, balance out the darkness. But I find that that just has a little bit too much color for me. Like I still feel like this area looks a little too warm right underneath my eyes. So that's not a terrible product on first impression, but I just don't think it's the product for me. So I did find a setting powder, and this is the HD Camera Ready. And I'm just gonna apply this with my flat top e.l.f. brush. Maybe this will help to tone down some of that peachy, which I just remembered I probably should have applied some of my cream products before this, but oh well. But it is like making everything blurred a little bit more. And I forgot to mention, but like with that primer, I don't think I noticed like huge blurring in my pores with the foundation, maybe just like slightly, but this definitely is blurring things out. It actually looks really good on the skin. It doesn't look powdery or anything. So first impression wise, I do like this powder. It might be a little light. And then I'm gonna take my Sigma tapered highlighter brush. I'm gonna get some of this on there, and I'm gonna use this to set the under eyes and hopefully counteract that peachiness that I got going on. Oof, that might have whited me out just a little too much. I might have applied a little too much of it. Yeah, today is just like one of those days where I feel like things just are not working well. Yeah, that concealer is just it's too peachy, too much color. I just feel like my eyes look really tired now. Hopefully things will come together in the end. Okay, so we picked this up, but this is the, like I showed you guys, it was the LA Colors Contour Stick in Deep. I want to swatch this to see, like, do I want to attempt this today? Because I don't want to mess up my foundation further, my makeup. I'm just like not feeling confident in some of these products today. This is the LA Colors Contour Stick in Deep. And then this over here is that other Be Pure Glow Up bronzer. I think I'm just gonna use this again just because I feel like the shade is gonna be a better undertone for me. Like I'm just too scared to use the other product today, to be honest. So I'm just gonna blend this like I did earlier. So I'll probably just speed through this, and hopefully you'll be able to see the tone of this a little bit better, since this foundation shade that I'm wearing is like my undertone, like matches me better. But like I said, this product blends out really well. And first impression wise, like I do like this contour. Okay, I just cannot get down with the under eyes. I'm gonna try to just go in with a different concealer that I have and see if I can like fix what's happening here, because I'm just not liking it. I'm just using the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. And so like maybe that is the issue with that other concealer. It's just like not full coverage enough to go on top of that color corrector. Oh my gosh, like I feel like that looks so much better already. Off camera, I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows, and I just used the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. And I also set that Rimmel concealer with that setting powder. Okay, and I decided while I was doing my brows that I am gonna use this LA Colors Contour Stick in Deep. So wish me luck. So we'll just apply a little bit of it at first. I just felt like, okay, yeah, I can bronze up a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so that's not bad. I was just like so scared. I feel like after I saved my concealer, I felt brave again. It's crazy how just like one or two things that's not right with your makeup can just really mess up a whole entire look. But yeah, I really do like these LA Color contour sticks. This one in deep and the one in tan. Both of these are really good. The deep one is a little bit more like bronzy. And the tan one has a bit more of like reddish, rosy kind of undertones. It's a little bit lighter than this one. And I mean, I feel like I can get away with using either one of these. I don't want to go like too overboard. I feel like my hairline's already pretty bronzy up there. It's like I washed that other foundation off because I felt too Oompa Loompa and greasy and I don't want to recreate that. And I do feel like even though I set this foundation a second ago, like I feel like that glowiness is really coming through. I showed you guys in one of my Get Ready With Me videos, like how to elevate this Dollar Tree foundation with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And using this in combination with that, it really does help to keep this from getting overly shiny. And it also helps with the lasting power. So I am going to do that because I know this isn't gonna hold up with this foundation throughout the day. Like, I mean, I do like the way it made it look at the beginning, but we're already getting pretty glowy. So, and since we're gonna be going out with friends tonight, like I just wanna make sure things look halfway okay by then. So I'm just going in with the loose Maybelline Fit Me powder in Fair. 05 Fair, and I'm just gonna set my T-zone. And that's the thing about this Dollar Tree makeup. I think it is good when you compare it with other things in your makeup collection to just like help elevate it. So like, as you can see, that already toned down some of the shine and dewiness with that foundation. And I know it's gonna help with the longevity of it today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move back to the eyes and finish them out before I do blush and lips and all of that. And I'm gonna take some of this dark matte, well, it's not super dark, but this darker brown in the palette, this matte brown. And I'm just getting that on the Sigma E30 brush. And I'm gonna brush this here on the lower lash line. Just also connecting that up with the outer V color. You could also use this shade as the outer V, but honestly, I feel like that dark shimmery brown worked really well in the outer V. But yeah, I really like this eye look. It's definitely the one thing that's saving this makeup look. And then I'm just going back with some of this color. Tap off the excess. Just gonna blend some more around the edges there. And then I'm taking that matte cream and I'm gonna pop some of that here in the inner corner of the eye. Okay, so here is like the eye look so far. I think that this is definitely my favorite thing from the look, is definitely that eyeshadow palette. I mean, and I think, I don't really know how I feel about this quite yet. I just don't know if this has enough color. I don't know. But I do like this. So I think so far out of the stuff that I've used, I mean, obviously, like I like this foundation. But these two products so far are like the biggest wins of the things that I've used thus far. So let's go ahead and move on to blush. I picked up this Ioni liquid blush. So far I've really enjoyed these Ioni products from the Dollar Tree. So this is what the packaging looks like on that. It's a really pretty coral. Ooh, and the thing here kind of reminds me of like the e.l.f. ones. This is Rosette. Yeah, that is a very pretty color. It's a really pretty coral. Like, is this a good dupe from one of the e.l.f. ones? Like, I'm gonna compare it to the e.l.f. Coral Crush, I think. Okay, so here's the e.l.f. one. Here is the Dollar Tree one. So, I mean, honestly, they look so similar. The Dollar Tree one in Rosette is maybe a little bit more pinky, This one might be slightly a little bit more orangey coral. This is pinky coral. And I'm going to put some of this here on the back of my hand like that. I'm going to take my flat top brush here from Amazon. And I'm just going to dab it in there, dab it around to get it evenly distributed on the brush. And then I'm just going to tap it on the cheeks. Okay, yeah, that color is really pigmented, really pretty. But yeah, it's blending out just as easily as like my e.l.f. liquid blushes. I'm gonna go back with my sponge and kind of tap that out. But yeah, that is a gorgeous coral. I do really like this. I think this is an amazing find for $1.25, like so pretty. I'm just gonna go back with my powder brush, kind of tap around right there. But yeah, look at how beautiful that blush is. Such a pretty shade. And the packaging is super cute on this as well. Like compared to the e.l.f., like it's a little shorter and it's kind of a little fatter than the e.l.f. I didn't necessarily notice if they had any other shades in that. I'm sure they probably do. For highlights, I got this Be Pure Glow Up Highlighter. And this is in Sparkling Rose. Okay, I'm like, do I dot this on and blend it out? Am I that brave? I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do just a few little dots right here. And I'll actually just go in with like my blush brush. This probably would be better to kind of like mix the highlight with the blush whenever you're blending it out. Okay, I mean, that's blended nicely. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Okay, I don't think this is terrible. Just do a few little dots. I got something in my hair. Okay, yeah, that product is not bad. I'll have to use it a bit more. But yeah, I mean, it's blending out well. It looks pretty on the skin. I know like normally I would use a setting spray on my face, but I just feel like it already feels a little bit tacky and everything. And I just don't think, like I do have this Dollar Tree makeup setting spray, but I feel like the last time I used this, it really brought the glow to, you know, this foundation and everything. So I just think I'm gonna skip a setting spray altogether today. Okay, so the last things that we have are lip products and the eye products. So I picked up these two lip products here. We've got a lip stain from Be Color, and we've got a silky lip cream from Be Pure. And this silky lip cream is in the shade Soft Rose, which actually it's really pretty. Let me get this foundation off my lips. Okay, so this is what that packaging looks like on that Be Pure Silky Lip Cream in Soft Rose. Okay, this is a really pretty color. I would probably mostly pair this with like a lip liner. It feels just like a bullet lipstick. Maybe slightly not as moisturizing actually. I don't know, like it feels thicker or something than like my Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. Maybe kind of feels similar to like the L'Oreal color Riche or something like that. And actually this might be a similar color to like Worth It from L'Oreal. I'm kind of curious. Let's swatch those. Okay, yeah, they actually are kind of similar. So this is the Dollar Tree one, and this is Worth It. So this one's a little lighter, maybe a little bit peachier even. I mean, it is a pretty shade. It feels nice on the lips. I do want to try this lip stain. So let's take this off. So this is the Be Color lip stain in Caramel. And it looks actually pretty scary here. But I think like if you apply it lightly, it doesn't really smell anything. Like neither one of those lip products smell like anything, or at least that I notice. And it feels kind of like watery when you first apply it, but then it slowly starts to dry down. Which this, it says, apply light layers to lips until desired color is reached. To remove with ease, use an oil-based makeup remover. If you do not have makeup remover, you can use petroleum jelly, cold cream, or olive oil. So I think this is such a pretty color. It's more of like a brick red sort of shade, but I kind of want to top this with a gloss or something like that. And I didn't see a gloss at the Dollar Tree. So once this dries down, I'm probably gonna put the Maybelline, one of the Maybelline lifter glosses over top of this, probably the one in Moon. Let's go ahead, and the last thing here is the mascara. And I picked up another LA Colors mascara. This is in the lengthening. The wand here kind of looks like the wand from like Too Faced Better Than Sex or something like that. I wasn't a big fan of the last LA Colors mascara that I picked up, so maybe I'll have better luck with this one. I guess before I go in with the mascara, I will top my lips with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon. I just find that like when you use a lip stain with this, it looks really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to this mascara real quick. This is what the wand looks like. I feel like I'm probably not going to have much luck with this one either, but we will see. It's like a natural bristle brush, but it's like, I feel like the bristles are just really spread out. And anytime mascara wands are like that, they just don't do much for volume at all. Which, I mean, I guess this is marketed more as a lengthening mascara than volumizing, but I definitely feel like it is giving my lashes length, or at least separating them, but it's very natural mascara, just like the other one. So I'm probably just gonna go in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I mean, like this LA Colors mascara, as you can see, it's not terrible. It's just like a very natural looking, which is just not the type of lash look that I normally like to go for. Also, that mascara was just a tiny bit messy. It was kind of getting up on my eyelids, so I'm just gonna apply several coats of this mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just want to show on my phone what time it is so we'll know how long I have been away. So it is 11:09 a.m. So I definitely got a much later start on everything. Plus this video took me so long to film since things weren't working out. I had to like redo. But just to give like a rundown of things I don't recommend just from first impressions and things that I'm really liking. So obviously this foundation, this is a hard pass for me. Like I don't need a week with this to know if I like it or not. This is a hard pass. So this is a no. It was too greasy. The undertone was terrible. So yeah, just not my foundation. This mascara, I'm lumping it in not good. I mean, it's not a terrible mascara, but like it just kind of did the same thing as the other mascara that I've tried from LA Colors, and it is just too natural for my liking. So pass on that. And also these sunscreen sponges. Now I get that these are that they're not marketed for makeup, but yeah, this was just too thick and too big to use for makeup. So I wouldn't recommend this for that. I feel like it'd be kind of weird to use this for sunscreen. Like just use your hands. Like I don't understand that concept, but okay, things that were just okay. The Be Pure Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. I need to use this a little bit more, but I didn't see anything amazing with this. And the LA Colors Conceal Correct in Peach. I think that this could be good for, you know, somebody with like a deeper skin tone. It wasn't a terrible product. It's just not really for me. And then the pressed powder, this HD powder here, This was just like, okay, like it wasn't amazing. I'll have to, sorry, my ring just hit that. I'll have to use this a little bit more to really get a full opinion on it. Okay, the things that I really, really liked, this Ioni liquid blush. I think this is so pretty. We'll see how this wears throughout the day today. And then I really enjoyed this LA Colors eyeshadow palette. Like, I think the eye look turned out beautiful. I think this would be a perfect a little everyday eyeshadow palette. And of course, like, I love this foundation. I told you guys that in the last video. I think this is such a great affordable foundation from the Dollar Tree. And then these other products I do like, but I do want to use them a little bit more, like this lip stain. I really like the color of this. We'll see how well this wears throughout the day. And then the two contour products, I think these are both good. I like the undertones on these. So also see how those wear. And then the highlight was really pretty. Really liked this. And the Silky Lip Cream. I think this would also be a really good lipstick, but I also need to wear this more. I think I would like it better paired with a lip liner. So that's kind of my rundown on all the things that I used today. And like I said, I'll see you guys here in a little bit. I want to try to do a 5-hour check-in and then like a 10-hour check-in, or it might be slightly past 10 hours since we're going out to dinner with friends tonight. But if you guys have stayed this long in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys here in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back and it is 2:35 p.m. So it's only been about 3.5 hours since I first applied all the makeup. And I just don't know if I can do a full 10-hour wear test today. Like, my foundation just feels so tacky today, and I feel like it is because of this primer, because I have used that Dollar Tree foundation and set it with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and it worked out beautifully. So this is the only thing that is different. And I also used my sunscreen today, so I don't know if maybe the combination of these two is just too hydrating underneath all of that. So it's just like, yeah, my face just feels so tacky, and we've still got several hours to go before we go out to dinner tonight with our friends. And I just want to feel my best whenever we go out tonight. And I just don't want to feel self-conscious about my makeup. Like, I'm just being honest. So I'm just going to go ahead and wash this off and just call this video. We're just going to be done with the wear test. So I'm sorry that I didn't do a full 10-hour wear test, but you guys understand. But like, everything has held up good just in these like 3.5 hours. I feel like the eyeshadow looks good. The lip stain has held up. Like, I have not touched this up since I filmed the video earlier. Like, the blush still looks good. The bronzer still looks good. And I mean, I know that like 3 hours into wearing makeup, like, it usually looks pretty good. Really, the real test is to see it at least after 8 hours. So I'll have to continue to use this makeup. Maybe I can do a future wear test. But anyway, I hope that you guys still enjoyed this. I just felt like this was one of those fail videos where everything I was trying to do, it just really wasn't coming, like, it wasn't working exactly the way that I wanted it to. And like, everything has gotten so much more shiny, even with the Fit Me. So if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I know this video was probably a longer one. And if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.